Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Big Mukbang Theory. I'm KT, your host, and tonight we're doing meat, right? And we're doing sliders. The last time I made sliders, they were the pizza sliders, but they didn't have any meat on them. They were the eggplant sliders, and they had cheese and the pizza sauce, and it was really great, very tasty. But today we're having eggplant cheeseburgers. This is just a little recipe that I got from a friend of mine. They like to mix it up, you know, their cuisine like I do. They don't just like to have vegan stuff all the time. They do like to eat healthy. So this was a healthy option, and I thought I'd try it since I'd never had it before. So basically it's just making hamburgers or making cheeseburgers. Except instead of a bun, like a regular bread bun, use the eggplant. And then I'm also having broccoli. Gotta eat my vegetables. So, you know, hey, shout out to all the parents out there. We do eat our vegetables on the Big Mukbang. You know, it's really simple to prepare. Doesn't take very long. The broccoli we used as, we got a steamer pack, so we didn't cook fresh broccoli, you know, steaming it and having to use a colander and all that kind of stuff. We just broke out the steamer pack, throw it in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then it's ready. Because we really wanted to just save all of our time to get into the our eggplant cheeseburger sliders. And I like a little mayo on mine, so always, you know, pick out your favorite condiments, whether it's ketchup or mayo or mustard, whatever you like on there. I like to have something which is, as I said, mayo or Miracle Whip. I also add a little, I also garnished it with a little tomato and some spinach. So instead of the normal lettuce, I added the spinach, and I think it's gonna taste great. And then, you know, so it's really simple. I guess if you could say the hardest thing to prepare, it would be the eggplant part, which is really not hard to prepare, but that's the only thing that really takes work. The hamburgers, you just make the patties, throw a little seasoning on them, and then drop them into the pan, you know. And once they're done, whatever temperature you like, if you like them medium, obviously, you know, you'll pull them out a little earlier. And once your burgers are done, once I put the burgers on, that's when I start working on the eggplant. And the eggplant is just really simple. I cut it into the slices. And then once I cut it into slices, I dab it with olive oil on each side. As you know, olive oil is the favorite here for, you know, our food preparation. And once you do that, you pop it into the broiler for about 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, and it'll start browning. Maybe get a little crispy, but not too much. You just want that oil to start doing its work on the eggplant and let it get a little brown, and so it actually acts like a hamburger bun. And then you take them out and then put your burgers together. And as I said, you can use whatever you like. You can use, you know, once we added, today we used cheddar cheese. We just sprinkled cheddar cheese instead of, normally we might use American cheese, but today we decided to just sprinkle some cheddar. And that seems to look pretty good. So I've been doing a lot of talking, so now I want to eat something. That's really delicious. What I really like just from the first bite is the eggplant, you know, because we cut the slices thick, it's almost like having a bun on there, except instead of just your regular bun taste, the eggplant, because it's been on the burger and we added a little mayo, it just has a whole different taste than a burger. So it gives you a lot more flavor mixed in than you would with just a regular bun. So I really, that's pretty doggone good. That's really, really, really good. Oh yeah, I lick my fingers. I'm not wasting any of this, or at least not too much on a napkin, because I am here to throw down. I am here to devour this, and that is what I'm going to do. It's such an amazing, amazing flavor. Now, I trust that everybody is adhering to all the local rules and regulations in your city or state. You know, a lot of tough times, you know, now I've only been outside actually once in the last 8 days. I'm really trying to be strict about how much I expose myself outdoors because they say that one of the higher risk categories is people who are on blood pressure medications, which I take. So I don't want to expose myself to any extra contaminants out there. And if you are in the same boat, you probably want to make sure you do likewise so you can be as safe as possible, get through this whole ordeal, and get on the other side of it so we can continue to share meals, have fun eating and talking. But I can tell you, I've been a lot more resourceful since all this stuff started. You know, we get into spending a lot of time engaged, you know, with our computers and other devices and things like that. Texting, but not really talking, not paying attention. But I've definitely been paying a lot more attention to the people in my life, been communicating a lot more. Couple of buddies of mine who I hadn't spoken to in a while, we actually spent about 3 hours talking on the phone last night. So, you know, that's another good thing about this time, and well, how to use this time. So if you're not doing that, make sure you reach out to those people that you haven't talked to in a long time, because you never know what their situation is, if they have anybody, you know, how lonely they may be, because this is a really, really, really stressful time. So you want to make sure you're checking on your friends and your family just to make sure they're okay. So I did that last night, and I plan on doing it again tonight, because I sent a text to another friend of mine, and sure enough, he said, I'm stuck in this big house all by myself. He actually doesn't have family close to him. I think he only has maybe a couple of family members that he is, you know, in any sort of contact with in the first place. So it's been pretty hard on him. But tonight he's going to get a phone call, and I'll see how long we talk. But definitely make sure you're doing that. And I've been watching a lot of movies. Definitely been doing that. I'm anticipating some of the upcoming specials that I like. One of the shows that I like is The Shy.
Tell all your friends about me. I'm out here every day.
I got you, man.
Give me what you got.
You've been through a lot.
Therapy is for white people.
You ought to feel bad putting the boy out on the streets like that.
Let me in. Got your ass.
Now we even.
We not even yet. Not till I say so.
Really awesome series. Shot, I believe, a lot on location in Chicago. So it's a really cool series. So if you haven't seen The Shy, you got to check it out. A lot of storylines in there that almost anybody can identify with. It doesn't matter where you're from, what your social economic level is, it doesn't matter. It's just a really good series, a lot of action, a lot of drama, but then there are also a lot of other stories involved, intertwined in the series that I'm sure you'll love. And I even hear that this season, I want to say it's Candy Burris is going to be in this year's episodes. So I don't know how anxious I am about that, but because I don't know. I don't know how good an actor she is. Usually, you know, the musicians, they try to bridge over and doesn't always go so well. But we'll see how it goes. You know, I wish her the best of luck. But yeah, you got that stuff going on. And then in the sports world, you know, as you know, we love sports. But there's talk that the WWE is going to start having wrestling broadcast again. So they're going to start in the very, very near future. Don't know what it's going to look like in an arena where you can't have people, but they said that they are going to start broadcasting matches again. So that's going to be really interesting. I think they're going to get the highest ratings probably they've ever had, because they'll be the only sport on television. So they may convert a whole lot of new fans just because they have they'll be able to corner the market. Now, if you are a wrestling fan, make sure you put in the comments who your favorite wrestlers are. Maybe if they do an event in Charlotte, we'll have them come on the show. So make sure you tell me who they are. And we'll try to have them on. Because I think if anything wrestlers love as much as they do getting in the ring is a good meal. So we'll cook a really big meal and then we'll invite some of those folks over. But I'm not gonna let anybody try any moves on me, any wrestling moves, choke me out or anything like that. You know, we'll sit and talk. Maybe if they want to battle each other, they might tear up the joint, but you know, I think that will be worth it. So we'll see how that goes. that fell apart on me. I wish I had bigger slices of eggplant. The only thing about this is I think I made the burgers too big. I should have made the burgers a little bit smaller. I should have made them small enough to fit in the palm part of my hand only, just so they'd be small enough. Because I think I just made them too big, and so I got more meat. It's hard for this to manage it all. Because I think I made the burgers too big. So just make sure you remember that when you make them. Now, one thing I did want to say that I want to make sure I tell everybody is once this whole coronavirus quarantine pandemic situation is over, we will actually be doing some of these shows in various places, in restaurants, school cafeterias, at some of the colleges and universities. So we'll be doing them all over the place. And I hope you guys can tune in for everything that we get to do. So we won't just stay in one place all the time. So what we're going to do is we will make a playlist so that you can see all the recipes and things that we've eaten during the quarantine. We'll call it the quarantine playlist. So when you go to our YouTube channel, just check those out. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you always subscribe. And tell your friends about us too, okay? Make sure you tell your friends about us because we need subscribers. Well, I've got one more left, but I'm not gonna make you guys watch me eat it today. I'm gonna finish this one off myself, but I wanna thank you again for tuning in to the Big Mukbang. I'm KT, your host, and we'll see you next time.